week we talked to the interns, and this week we've got the man himself.
You got the man himself, baby. We got the belts. We got the belts. We're going to keep them. Lane Kern, the biggest mistake that you ever made in your life was sending your poor, sick daddy down to that TV station to get beat like a dog. You understand that man is shell shocked. What do you mean rude, Lance Russell?
Yeah.
You're down to my level, baby. That's just where I want you because I don't like to look up to folks when I do my talking. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm so happy that we remain undefeated, and that's the way it's going to stay. You understand what I'm saying? If you can't stand the heat, don't come in the kitchen, baby. Bring Fargo, bring Lane, bring Kern, bring anybody you want, baby, because possession is 9/10 of the law. You understand what I'm saying?
Troy.
Do you understand what I'm saying? We got the belts if you want to come and get them.
We got something here talking about these belts that will show exactly the kind of action that took place.
It'll show that we beat them. That's exactly what it'll show.
Right, well, let's take a look at it.
Let's show it.
Calhoun rolling in pain as he comes up, but the other intern grabs and nails Kern from behind. And the fabulous ones reverse it and slam the interns into each other. Look at these fabs come back. Steve makes a cover. But the intern loaded his mask up and ripped Kern while the referee was wanting Stan out. Uh-oh, that's it. Yeah. You're laughing. You're laughing. You got the belt.
If you can't stand there, don't go in the kitchen bawling, squalling, climbing the wall. Old times, you believe we beat you once, Steve Kern. Stan Lane will beat you again, baby. We're going to drop you like yesterday's garbage. 1, 2, 3. Now, what do you think about that?
I'll tell you what I think. Will you please just sit here and listen? It's only fair that you give Stan and Steve an opportunity.
You make more static than a $2 radio. Roll the film, and if you got something to roll, roll it, then.
Right,
roll it.
let's listen to him.
You know, I just want to tell you something. We've seen the things that have happened here with our dads, and I want to add this. You know, Troy Graham, you're sitting in that wheelchair and you're laughing. You think this is the funniest thing that ever happened to you in the world. You think this is the greatest day of your life. Well, let me tell you something. Those two men raised us. Those two men brought us up from kids. They paid for our lunches. They paid for our dinners. They put clothes on our back. And let me tell you something. You know, to sit there and watch a sick individual like you in a wheelchair laugh and thinking that's great that they put down two 60-year-old men that aren't athletes, that aren't professional wrestlers. Let me tell you something, Troy Graham. We came a long way. We came from up north. We came from Minneapolis, Minnesota, because I got a phone call from my mother with tears in her eyes and breaking up on the phone. She said, Steve, I picked up your dad in a wheelchair at the airport last night. What happened to him, son? You know, just looking back into history, just thinking of all the things, all the pain my family's been through, all the pain and the agony my dad spent as a POW in Vietnam. I can't think of anything more embarrassing than to have to tell my mother on the phone, I don't know, Mom. But I promise you one thing, that I won't let it rest until I get back, until I get even. Troy Graham, you're sitting laughing now, son. But let me tell you something. It's going to be a bad day for you, and it's going to be a bad night when your interns step in the ring against us.
Brother, you know, Steve, I thought I'd seen it all. In 6 years of professional wrestling, all over the world, all over the country, up and down the highways, I thought I'd seen them come and go. All the weirdos, all the degenerates. But I've seen nothing that comes even close to the sickness that I saw the other day. I heard about it. I had phone calls. And I could just visualize my father and Steve's dad, just like he said, two 60-year-old men that aren't in the best of health, lying there on the floor, beat up and humiliated. Well, guys, let me tell you something. We're hot, we're back, and we're not going to rest. I promised my mother, I promised my dad, you guys are dead.
Let me tell you, that shows you how determined they are, not only to get these belts, but to get
Well, they're not too determined, or they wouldn't send old daddy down there. The only thing that I regretted, their mammy wasn't there. I want to slap his old mammy around on that floor down with the filth and the trash. You understand what I'm saying? When you're talking about my interns in surgery, baby.
Yeah.
My interns in surgery, they couldn't be here, but I got news for you. It's going to be a graveyard digging and a coffin buying. A long time weeping and a family crying. You understand what I'm saying? The fabulous one, Stan Lane, Steve Kern, you bring your butt on down there, baby, because I got news for you. We got something in store for you. We got the belts. We're going to keep them. Now, what do you got to say?
I got to say this, that you just may be relieved of those belts the next time you meet the fabulous.
Relieved of pain, baby. We're not going to be relieved of nothing. You understand what I'm saying? We are the champions. We will remain the champions for always. Truth, justice, and the American way.
Well, your confidence may be great right here, but sometime they got to face them right there in the middle of the ring, and that's where the proof
We beat them once, we'll beat them again. Proof of the pudding. That's your favorite saying, baby. You always let's say that, but I say if you can't stand the heat, don't go in the kitchen. If you've got any guts in your body, Kern, you will defend your daddy, man. You'll stand up for old Dick Kern. He's shell-shocked. He's a Vietnam veteran. He's been knocked down on the floor. 4 cracked ribs. He couldn't even get on the airplane to fly back to Florida. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, I'm proud of it. Wouldn't you be proud of it?
No.
Yes, I'm proud.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you one thing. The interns, they've had some rugged matches, and
they've had some rugged matches, baby, but we always remain undefeated. You understand what I'm saying? Against any opponent.
We're going to take a look at a bout with Randy Savage and Lanny Poffo against the interns right now.
Show it.